Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again and welcome back. I've found myself in a woodland again today, but once again it's a woodland that I've never been to before. It's only a few yards away from another woodland I was in a few weeks back, so I'm not really off the beaten track that much. It's just somewhere that I haven't previously explored before. So I'm going to take a bit of a wander around and see if I can find a few compositions. I have already taken one shot. Just behind me here there are several trees just here, and I'm looking at this tree and this tree here and possibly even this one, and I've taken a portrait image with that one, simply because the trees are quite tall and thin and I'm quite close to those trees there, those few trees. So the problem is obviously that if I try and put that into a landscape orientation image, I'm going to not really get the best story of the image. So what I wanted to do was try and make that image taller than it is wide, so I've used a portrait orientation on that one. Also I've had to do the HDR on this one, so I've taken 3 shots and then I'm going to combine them together. They've all got different exposures, so it's a case of blending the exposures in Photoshop later today, and hopefully that will look quite good. I'm going to make a bit of a move and see what else I can find around here. I'm sure there are loads of compositions though, looking at it. So I'll head out for half now and see what I can do. So I cut through that woodland. I've probably walked about 400 yards from where I was. I cut through that woodland for about 150 yards and then found myself on a path which appeared to lead into kind of a clearing, and then there was like a glade of silver birch trees. Most of them were saplings, but some of them were slightly older trees, and after that I managed to cut back into the woodland again, about 100 yards or so on from there, and I've carried on a little bit further now and I've come across this little spot here, and again I'm kind of at the junction of a few different paths here, but just at the side of the path there's this tree just behind me which I thought looks fantastic, with all these branches very low down kind of reaching out towards the pathway. So I'm going to stop here and take this shot, but it's amazing, isn't it, really? What a tree that is. So that's the next shot. I hope you like this shot. I'm quite impressed with this little bit of log just underneath the tree that's obviously fallen off somewhere and just landed just under that tree. That kind of makes a bit of a foreground interest and leads you to that tree itself. It's only very close to it anyway, but it kind of gives you the impression that that's supposed to be the major subject, even if you didn't have that impression already because of the tree itself. So I'll take this one and then I'm going to carry on. I can't quite believe just how muddy it's been walking through this park today. Obviously I've walked through that woodland and I found myself at a spot I've been to before. This pool behind me is called Little Bracebridge Pool, and just as I turn around, just to give you an example of how muddy it is, just behind me I've put my bag on a bench just there, and there's a puddle all around the bench, and then you've got these puddles all along here behind me, and I'm stood in an area which is pretty much a bog, to be quite honest with you, so I can't stand still for too long. But that has obviously provided me with a bit of an issue, because I've stopped here to take a long exposure of Little Bracebridge Pool behind me, and I wanted to get this here in the shot and all of this tree line at the back of the pool in the shot as well, and hopefully I've managed to do that. But obviously, like I say, trying to stand still for 2 minutes to shoot a long exposure was very difficult. It wasn't so bad leaving the camera on the tripod for 2 minutes and allowing that to do its work, but me standing still was a bit difficult. Anyway, I've taken that shot and I'm going to move on now. I hope you like this shot. I'm going to move on and probably take one or maybe two more before I head off, because I am going to start losing the light fairly soon. I've taken a bit more of a walk now. This is probably going to be the very last image I take. I found myself on the edge of this very desolate, barren wasteland, which is a lie, by the way. It's not really a desolate, barren wasteland, but it just gives the impression of that. And just behind me, I can see this tree here is kind of bent over, pointing me into the image. And then we've got these trees either side of it, and then just here in between those trees we've got these little bits of green bushiness sticking up out of the woodland floor, and we're right on the edge of a woodland. And then behind that you've got lots of young immature silver birch trees running along the edge of the woodland there. And that's kind of the image I want to take. It looks nice on the back of the camera, but we'll only find out for sure when I get it home and do the editing. There's nothing really in the sky, no real definition or contrast or anything, but I think there may just be enough detail in the clouds that I can just about pull that back when I'm editing this photo. So I hope you like this image. It's all very dirty and untidy, as you can see around here, and there is a bit of a slope in the image. That is the slope of the ground. It's not the actual image being the horizon being uneven. It's just the way the ground is, unfortunately, so I couldn't get a really straight image, but the trees themselves are straight, and that's the important thing in this one. I'm going to call it a day for this vlog now. As you can see, I am really losing the light already now, and I mentioned that was a desolate, barren wasteland. As I turn around you can see the evidence that it's not. The cars parked in the car park just behind me. So that was the shot, somewhere around here, and just yards away I've got cars parked. So obviously it's not as barren as I tried to make out. If you've enjoyed this vlog, please remember to like and subscribe, and remember to comment and share if you feel you have to. I'll try and answer all of the comments, and in the meantime I'll see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.